door. Eve's, enter the correct combination and press enter. Eve's thoughts, the lock opened with a pleasant click. Eve's thoughts, I uncoiled the chain and went out into the courtyard of Midwich School. Eve's thoughts, I cautiously crossed the small courtyard and noted that the stairs in the opposite corner of the building were empty. Eve's thoughts, now let's see what we have on the second floor of school. Check the map, go to classroom. Eve's thoughts, I found myself in a classroom in the middle of which there was a lonely school desk. Eve's thoughts, threats and curses were scrawled on the wooden surface. Eve's thoughts, who can be so cruel? Eve's thoughts, there's someone here. Eve's thoughts, before me stood a girl dressed in a school uniform. Eve's thoughts, only a few moments later I noticed that I can see the outline of the classroom through her. Eve's thoughts, what the hell? Eve's thoughts, she looked at me with sad eyes and, without uttering a word, confidently stretched her hand forward. Lend a hand. Eve's thoughts, I cautiously walked closer. Eve's thoughts, the stranger girl took a step forward and grabbed my hand tightly. Ghost, let me burn. Eve's thoughts, the silhouette vanished into thin air. Eve's thoughts, bloody letters appeared on the desk and formed into words. Eve's thoughts, go to the hospital. Go to classroom, go to Eve's thoughts, at first glance, this place was empty. Knock on the first stall. Save slot 1. Save, knock on, save slot, knock. Eve's thoughts, silent. Knock on the, Eve's thoughts. Eve, hey, are you okay? Mysterious voice, what do you want? Eve, can I help you with something? Mysterious voice, nonsense. Take what you want and leave. Eve, and what do I want? HP, 46, 0. Ask for handgun ammo. Ask for a first aid kit. HP, 46, 0. HP, 46, 1, 5, 3. Eve, thank you very much. Mysterious voice, here, keep this too. It will be useful to you. Mysterious voice, you, too, can do it. Mysterious voice, I can see. I know. I feel it. Mysterious voice, because you just like me. The voice fell silent. Eve's thoughts, something black and shiny appeared from under the stall door. Notifications, you have found a handgun. It has been added to the list of available weapons. Eve, thanks. Whoever you are. Leave. Eve's thoughts, they knocked back. Eve's thoughts, there seems to be no one else inside. Knock on. Eve's thoughts, they knocked back. Leave. Go to female, go to chemistry lab, go. Eve's thoughts, the interior was empty. Schoolers painted 3 spiders on the blackboard with colored crayons. Eve's thoughts, and they are even cute. Go to locker room. Eve's thoughts, one of the lockers was open. Eve's thoughts, inside was a crumpled note. Eve's thoughts, let's multiply. Let's multiply. And then for sure. We get a spider, a green spider to be lure. Eve's thoughts, it looks like some kind of children's counting rhyme. Go to Eve's thoughts, I took the first book I came across in my hand. Eve's thoughts, the 24th commandment. God teaches us obedience. The 42nd commandment. May the friendliness come into your home. Eve's thoughts, the 28th commandment. There is no limit to patience. The 18th commandment. Meekness leads to spiritual development. Eve's thoughts, the 5th commandment. Chastity is priceless. The 42nd commandment. Sincerity is above all. Eve's thoughts, the 1st commandment. Only forgiveness remains. 36th commandment. Compassion for your neighbor makes the world brighter. Go to music room. Eve's thoughts, approaching the music room, I again noticed the dog. Eve's thoughts, the Doberman lay near the door and whined invitingly. Eve's thoughts, I took just a step as he disappeared into thin air. Eve's thoughts, looks like this place attracts many ghosts. Eve's thoughts, there is someone inside the room. Eve's thoughts, closed. Go. Eve's thoughts, the interior was empty. Schoolers painted Eve's thoughts, and they are. Go to class, check the map. Go to class. Eve's thoughts, there is no one else here. Help. Go to chemistry lab. Go to locker room. Go to library. Check. Go to female toilet. Eve's thoughts, at first. Eve's thought, leave. Eve's thoughts, there's, leave. No. Eve's thoughts. Leave. Go. Eve's thoughts. Eve's. Go. Eve's thoughts, inside. Eve's thoughts, let's multiply. Let's multiply. And then for sure. We get a spider, a green spider to be lure. Eve's thoughts, it looks like some kind of chill. Go to library. Eve's thought. Eve. Go. Eve's, woman, tell me, stranger, what is my main vice? Enter the name of the vice and press enter. Woman, wrong. Go to library. Eve's thoughts, I took Eve's thoughts, the 24th commandment. God teaches us obedience. The 42nd commandment. Eve's thoughts, the 28th commandment. Eve's thoughts, the first commandment. Only forgiveness remains. Go to classroom, check the map. Load. Preferences. Go to classroom. Eve's thoughts. Check the. Save slot. Go to female toilet. Go to chemistry lab. Go to lock. Eve's thoughts. Let's multiply. Eve's. Save. Go to music. Save. Eve's thoughts. There was a whisper right above my ear. Woman, we all aren't sinless. Our vices are, in their essence, the antipodes of the best human qualities. Woman, tell me, stranger, what is my main vice? Enter the name of the vice and press enter. Woman, wrong. The vice and press enter. Woman, alas, you are right. Eve's thoughts, the door lock open. Eve's thoughts, Zofia Kukurskaya stood by the piano. Zofia Kukurskaya, just amazing. It's intact. The woman held a violin in her hands and examined it with sincere amazement. Zofia Kukurskaya, but how is this possible? Zofia Kukurskaya, ah, Eve. You are here too. Eve's thoughts, finally, she noticed me. Zofia Kukurskaya, many years ago I worked at this school as a music teacher. Zofia Kukurskaya, then, having achieved some kind of fame, I came to the alma mater with concerts. Zofia Kukurskaya, good old times. Zofia closed her eyes. Zofia Kukurskaya, and then it all ended, suddenly. Zofia Kukurskaya. And here I am. Again. Zofia Kukurskaya, and the violin is intact. Intact. Do you understand? Zofia laughed happily. Zofia Kukurskaya, you don't understand anything, you pathetic, ingratiating bitch. Zofia Kukurskaya, I see you through. Eve, what have you done? Eve, what have you done here? The mad old woman began to sway from side to side. Zofia Kukurskaya, I know. Zofia Kukurskaya, you seek the truth. Eve, Zofia Kukurskaya. Zofia Kukurskaya, what we both have done cannot be prayed for in all churches of the world. Zofia licked her dry lips. Zofia Kukurskaya, are you seek the truth? Well, take this. The woman pulled the key out of her pocket and squeezed it tightly in her hand. Several drops of scarlet blood fell to the floor. Zofia Kukurskaya, the sacrificial key will open the doors to hell. Zofia Kukurskaya, so be it. The violinist struck the piano keys with her bloody palm, pushed Eve away and ran out the door. Eve's thoughts, I took a breath and approached the musical instrument. Eve's thoughts, a bloody key lay on top. Eve's thoughts, reception is engraved on the side. Notifications, you have found a reception key. It has been added to the list of useful items. Eve's thoughts, I returned to the first floor of the school. Eve's thoughts, closed door at the back of the reception. Oh, Adam's doll. Cross, light, Adam's photo. Eve's thoughts, the lock opened. Eve's thoughts, I carefully pulled the door towards me and went inside. Eve's thoughts, there was a strong smell of ammonia in the cramped room. Eve's thoughts, the largest place on the wall was occupied by a picture of vile content. Eve's thoughts, I came closer. Eve's thoughts, a bleeding door with 3 holes. Eve's thoughts, 2 bodies in ritual robes, hanged on chains. Eve's thoughts, who thought of putting such an art within the walls of an elementary school? Eve's thoughts, my head was just splitting. Eve's thoughts, I touched the painting and felt a warmth under my fingers. Eve's thoughts, sirens. Eve's thoughts, siren sounds, again. Eve's thoughts, the rusty grate was crumbling under the weight of my own body. Eve's thoughts, the furniture hung in the air, twisted and suspended in blood-stained wire. Eve's thoughts, a door with 3 holes and the dead bodies. Eve's thoughts, the terrible scene in the picture became reality. Eve, what the... How is this even possible? Eve's thoughts, I stumbled and almost fell into the abyss. Everything looked as if it was about to fall apart at any moment. Eve's thoughts, I pulled the door toward me. Eve's thoughts, the transformed school looked like a living nightmare. Eve's thoughts, furious screams, crying, chilling whispers were heard from all sides. Eve's thoughts, what on earth is this place? Eve's thoughts, panic-stricken, I ran to the end of the corridor and pulled the first door I came across. Eve's thoughts, fresh blood oozed from the cracked sink. Eve's thoughts, there was a stench in the air. Eve's thoughts, inside each of the stalls, a corpse hung on chains. Eve's thoughts, with peripheral vision, I noticed a slight swaying of the second body. Eve, it seems that someone is there. Eve's thoughts, Red Man turned in the air and a huge spider rushed at me. HP, 40, save slot 4, save slot, file, save, use medicine, HP, 46, 1. Use weapons, knife, handgun, HP, 46, HP, 46, HP, 46, HP, 46, 1, HP, 25, 1, HP, use, knife, shot, handgun, HP, 20, HP, 4, HP, 4, 1, first aid kit, health drink, HP, 30, HP, use medicine, 8, health drink, HP, use weapon, knife, shotgun, handgun, HP, 64, HP, use knife, hand, HP, 43, use a knife, handgun, HP, 22, knife, handgun, HP, 1, minus 20, 1, save, quit, load slot, load, HP, 46, 1, 5, use weapon, knife, shotgun, handgun, shot, hand, HP, 46, 1, save slot, loads, HP, knife, HP, 46, HP, 46, HP, 1, save, loads, HP, use, knife, hand, HP, use, handgun, HP, health, HP, use, health, HP, use, knife, handgun, HP, 43, 1, self-voicing disabled. Self-voicing enabled. HP, 10, 1. These thoughts, with all the fury, I stabbed the blade of the knife into the arachnid. Unable to contain her emotions, Eve screamed, breaking her voice. Eve's thoughts, it was only now that I realized that I was fighting an incredibly huge creature. Eve's thoughts, spiders of this size do not exist. No. Eve's thoughts, am I inside another nightmare? Eve's thoughts, it's time to go. Eve's thoughts, leaving the room, I heard the sound of a shot. Eve's thoughts, it's in the next toilet. Eve's thoughts, I rushed inside. Eve's thoughts, the tortured body was hanged over the toilet. Eve's thoughts, an unknown substance of burgundy color entered through 3 droppers. Eve's thoughts, there is something written in blood on the wall. Eve's thoughts, Leonard Rhine. The monster lurks. Eve's thoughts, the smell of a decaying body was unbearable. Eve bent over in the corner, vomited. Eve, this is not right. Nothing is right in this school. Eve's thoughts, I went out into the corridor and tried to concentrate. Eve's thoughts, I must get out of here. It remains only to understand where the exit is. Eve's thoughts, I fainted on the first floor. Let's see. Eve's thoughts, closing my eyes, I visualized the Midwich map. Eve moved down the hallway, peering intently into the darkness. Eve's thoughts, this seems to be the lobby. The girl looked around uncertainly. Eve's thoughts, there was another bottomless hole in the center of the room. Eve's thoughts, the mutilated corpses were hung in cages. Eve's thoughts, I went to the door. Eve's thoughts, the lock is broken, I cannot open this door. Eve's thoughts, there is no way out of this damn place. Eve's thoughts, horror gripped my body. Eve's thoughts, unable to move on, I fell to the floor and closed my eyes. Eve's thoughts, the fuzzy outlines of Adam's face appeared in consciousness. I tried to touch my brother's cheek with my hand, as the image rippled and disappeared into darkness. Eve's thoughts, looks like I passed out for a few minutes. Eve's thoughts, I went back to the corridor. Eve's thoughts, the Doberman ghost was in front of my eyes. Again. Eve's thoughts, the dog is gnawing something enthusiastically. Eve's thoughts, I came closer. Eve's thoughts, the Doberman whined guiltily, rose quickly to his feet, and walked to the double door. Eve's thoughts, poking his wet nose into the rusty surface, the dog dissolved into the thin air. Eve, do you want me to? Eve's thoughts, obeying the urge, I went inside. Eve's thoughts, the room was filled with benches and covered in blood. Eve's thoughts, two huge fans with menacing sharp blades froze in anticipation. Eve's thoughts, a decapitated body was hanged from the crossbar between them. Eve's thoughts, carried away by the terrifying sight, I did not immediately notice how something huge was getting out of the darkness between the blades. Eve's thoughts, there was a menacing roar. Eve's thoughts, rotten flesh fell from the dog's dead body. The mouth with sharp fangs was smeared with blood. Eve's thoughts, the dog's entire body was dotted with palm-sized spiders. The vile creatures were in constant motion, hiding inside the flesh and re-emerging. Eve's thoughts, the monster growled again and rushed towards me. HP, 10, 1, 2, 9, 3, save. Saves, HP, use med, HP, health drink. First aid kit, health, first aid, HP, 7, save slot 1, HP, 70, 0, HP, use knife, shotgun, HP, 70, HP, 70, HP, 70, 0, HP, 70, 0, 2, HP, 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 31, HP, use med, HP, health, HP, HP, use, health, HP, use, knife, shotgun, HP, HP, 91, 0, self-voicing disabled. Both fan blades started to move. Moments later, Eve's body was dismembered. Notifications, you are dead. Start the game over, or load from the last save. Silent Hill Metamorphoses. Start. Save slot 4. Self-voicing disabled. Self-voicing disabled. Notifications, original script in Russian was text, skip unseen text, skip after choice, skip transitions. Eve's thoughts, I killed him. Eve's thoughts, I killed him. Saved screenshot SC:\users /81708 Choose an action, skipping. Return to the return. Eve's thoughts, Eve, what the fuck? The bar's front door is securely locked. Through a small gap, boards were visible, with which the door was boarded up from. Eve's thoughts, the disturbing. Eve's thoughts, having pulled the door again and did not achieve a result, I stepped back in confusion. Choose an action. Return. Eve, choose an action. Return. Boy. Choose an action, skipping. Eve's thoughts, I should probably call the local police station and report the strange kid. Eve's thoughts, my god, what was he wearing? I'll have to write a verbal description of child. Eve's thoughts, obeying a sense of duty, I went to the payphone, threw a coin and picked up the phone. Eve's thoughts, there was no signal. Eve's thoughts, probably broken. The call is postponed indefinitely. Eve's thoughts, to be honest, it made me a bit happy. Enough of my own problems. In fact, I was much more scared of this strange boy. Choose an action. You, Eve, choose an, go, skipping, skipping, skip, Eve's thoughts, there, Eve, Eve's, skipping, Eve's thoughts, HP, 100, 0, 1, choose an action. Use what, HP, save slot 2, empty slot, save, HP, 100, 0, 1, knife. HP, 1, skipping, 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 skip. Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, skipping, 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 skipping. Eve's thoughts, Eve's, HP, 100, 1, 1. Use, HP, 1, Adam's photo, light, HP, 1, HP, 1, HP, 100, 1. HP, knife. Knife, HP, HP, use weapon, HP, HP, H, skipping, 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 skip. Enter the correct frequency with a dot and press enter. Skipping. Skipping. Enter the correct frequency with a dot and press enter. Skipping. 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 Skip. Skipping. Enter the correct frequency with a dot and press enter. Skip. Skip. Skipping. Enter the correct frequency with a dot and press enter. Skipping. Skipping. Skip. Skip. Open inventory. Light bulb. Shirt. HP. 55. 1. 3. 6. Choose an action. Skipping. Self-voicing disabled. Use medicine. HP, 6, HP, use an item. Self-voicing disabled. Self-Eve's thoughts. With all the fury, I stabbed the blade of the knife into the dog's throat. Eve, this creature is finished. Eve, what other monsters await me in this damn place? Eve's thoughts, time to move on. Eve's thoughts, this is unbelievable. Eve's thoughts, despite my injuries, somehow I am still alive. Eve's thoughts, I hope this is all just a bad dream and I am lying passed out somewhere on the doorstep of Annie's bar. Eva, enough auto-training. You must move on. It remains to examine a few rooms. Eve's thoughts, looks like a locker room. Eve's thoughts, I went to the familiar locker. Eve's thoughts, fresh blood oozed onto the floor. Eve's thoughts, holding the knife, I slowly opened the door. Eve's thoughts, no one is here. Eve's thoughts, I can see something at the back wall. Notifications, you have found shotgun ammo. Notifications, you have found 3 health drinks. Eve's thoughts, I noticed that in this version of the school, the staircase is no longer blocked. Eve's thoughts, that means I can access the basement. Eve's thoughts, going downstairs, I find myself at a dead end. Eve's thoughts, an unusual system of turnstiles blocked the way forward. Eve's thoughts, I tried to turn the valves, but could not move them even a centimeter. Eve's thoughts, it's useless. Eve's thoughts, as I was about to leave, I noticed something on the ground. Notifications, you have found first aid. Eve's thoughts, only the roof remains. Eve's spirit was filled with determination. Notifications, it is recommended to save the game. Eve's thought, help. Save slot. Save. Eve's thoughts, I found Zofia. Eve's thoughts, she stood in a pool of blood in a small area dangerously close to the edge. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, do not come any closer. I beg you. Eve's thoughts, a Doberman sat opposite her and whined softly. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, please, sweetie. Zofia Cuckers Kaya. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, I just ran out to the store for 10 minutes for the light bulbs. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, I did not want to do this. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, no, I didn't want. Zofia's neck twitched with a crunch. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, the naughty puppy has been punished. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, punished. Punished deservedly. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, naughty dogs go to hell too. Yes, the woman laughed. Eve's thoughts, Doberman got nervous and tried to approach the woman. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, away. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, go away from me. Zofia took a step back, slipped and fell off the building with a terrible cry. Eve's thoughts, it all happened so quickly that I didn't even have time to react. Eve's thoughts, approaching the edge of the roof, I tried to discover the body. Eve's thoughts, a red wave of heat hit my face. Eve's thoughts, I closed my eyelids and threw myself into the calling void of the abyss. Eve's thoughts, blueriness stand before my eyes, but the terrifying picture gradually penetrated into consciousness. Eve's thoughts, Zofia's deformed body soared into the air. Eve's thoughts, spider legs, 2 meters in size, began to break out of the rotten flesh. Eve's thoughts, with bloody broken hands, the woman grabbed the violin and bow. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, how wonderful. Zofia Cuckers Kaya, am I dead? The woman began to play a devilish tune. HP, 33, 3, 3, save slot, save. Return. HP, 33, 3, 3, 13, 6, choose an action. Save. Save. Use weapons. Save slot, save slot, HP, cross, HP, 33, 3, 3, 13, 6, Eve's thoughts, there is no point in this item. But something must neutralize Zofia. HP, cross. Adam's doll. HP, 30, use medicine, cross. HP, 30, cross. Light, HP, 33, 3, 3, 13, 6, Eve's thoughts, I pulled out a light bulb and, self-voicing disabled. Self-voicing enabled. Eve's thoughts, I jumped closer and thrust the blade of the knife into the woman's chest with all my strength. Eve's thoughts, woman died. Eve's thoughts, suddenly, I heard the demanding cry of the baby again. Eve's thoughts, hands shaking and wet with blood, I took the plastic doll out of my pocket. Eve's thoughts, the doll was twitching slowly. The blanket was stained with dried crimson blood. Eve's thoughts, I unfolded the toy and was horrified to see bruises and scratches. Eve's thoughts, the toy looks unpleasantly realistic. Just like Eve's thoughts, but how? Eve's thoughts, why is this happening to me? Eve's thoughts, the sirens grew louder. Eve's thoughts, head, hurts, again. Eve collapsed to the floor unconscious. Eve's thoughts, I woke up on the school's doorstep. Eve's thoughts, curled up in a ball. Only God knows how long I lay on the cold steps in complete prostration, tears flowing indifferently down my face. Eve's thoughts, I killed the woman. Eve's thoughts, I killed a human being. Eve's thoughts, no one will believe in fairy tales about monsters and alternative world. Eve's thoughts, did I have the right to deliver the final blow? What if there was a tiny chance to save everything? To save Zofia? Eve's thoughts, to fix everything? Eve's thoughts, most likely they will shove me into a psychiatric hospital. Or put in the jail. Eve's thoughts, jail. Eve's thoughts, hospital. Eve's thoughts, yeah, hospital. The ghost of that strange girl at Midwich. She clearly knows something. Eve's thoughts, and asks me to move on. Eve sat up and stared at the sky in confusion. Eve, Adam. What am I doing here? Eve's thoughts, over the bridge. I returned to the central part of the Silent Hill and went to the Alchemilla Hospital. Eve's thoughts, once in place, I approached the gate. Eve's thoughts, closed. Eve's thoughts, who would doubt that? Eve's thoughts, I must find a way to get inside. Eve looked around in confusion. She found a staircase between buildings, leading somewhere down and a fire escape in the building opposite the hospital. Safe. Safe. Go down to the basement. Eve's thoughts, I went down the narrow stairs and opened the door. Eve's thoughts, the gas tank of the rusted motorcycle was tightly screwed. Eve's thoughts, I don't have the strength to open it. Eve's thoughts, tools hung on the wall in special brackets. Eve's thoughts, it seems this wrench might come in handy. Notifications, you have found a wrench. Eve's thoughts, notifications, you have... Eve's thoughts, there was something in the box. Notifications, you have found 3 health drinks. Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, I don't have... Eve's thoughts, I... Save slot 1. Eve's thoughts. Go down, climb to the open it, Adam's doll. Wrench. Eve's thoughts, I unscrewed the bolts, opened the gate and climbed to the roof. Eve's thoughts, my ingenious plan did not come true. Eve's thoughts, a thick fog obscured any shape of the Alchemilla Hospital. It was impossible to even tell how many floors there were. Eve's thoughts, on the side of the extension on the wall was a larva of an insect unknown to me. Eve's thoughts, looks like it's dead. Or in deep sleep. Eve's thoughts, as I was about to leave, I noticed a newspaper folded in half on the ground. Eve's thoughts, one of the news items was circled in red. Eve's thoughts, eerie act of vandalism. Eve's thoughts, in a small cemetery not far from the Wish House orphanage, a terrible incident took place. Last night, unknown persons dug up one of the graves and stole the buried body. Eve's thoughts, it is not known what guided the defilers of the graves, committing illegal actions on the half-forgotten cemetery. Eve's thoughts, the police department begins an official investigation. Eve's thoughts, I put the newspaper aside. Eve's thoughts, there's nothing else here. Time to move on. Eve's thoughts, I went down the street trying to find an open building. Eve's thoughts, the doors of the shopping mall were covered with bars. Eve's thoughts, one of them rose easily. Lucky. Eve's thoughts, I found myself inside a shopping mall. Eve's thoughts, right in front of me was a map of the building that turned out to be useless. Eve's thoughts, the path to the interiors of the first floor was cut off. Eve's thoughts, I went to the TV stand on the right. Eve's thoughts, suddenly, all 9 televisions turned on, showing an incomprehensible picture. Eve's thoughts, it looks like a child's drawing with pencils. Eve's thoughts, some place is on fire. Eve's thoughts, the facade of the building looks vaguely familiar. How do I remember it? And why? Eve climbed up the idle escalator. Eve's thoughts, I looked into the first store I came across. Eve's thoughts, what a terrible mess all around. Eve's thoughts, from the open safe you can see packages with some kind of white content. Eve's thoughts, looks like drugs. Eve's thoughts, there was a key in the nightstand engraved with Andy's jewelry label. Eve's thoughts, the jewelry store was the next one on this floor. What a luck. Eve whistled. Eve's thoughts, the robbers had clearly been here. Every shop window was smashed, and here and there were empty jewelry stands. Eve's thoughts, hey, what is this? Eve's thoughts, I came closer and saw some blades stuck between the shelves. Eve's thoughts, there is also a note here. Eve's thoughts, the dagger of Melchior. The ancient dagger named after the Magi. Eve's thoughts, how could the robbers miss it? It looks like this dagger is made of solid gold. Notifications, you have found the dagger of Melchior. Eve's thoughts, I think I'm done here. Eve's thoughts, going downstairs. I heard some noise coming from the street. Eve's thoughts, chasing an unknown source of sound. I found myself next to another cliff. Eve's thoughts, the noise suddenly stopped. Eve's thoughts, on the right, the broken sign of the Green Lion Antique Shop creaked softly. Eve's thoughts, for some reason, the logo depicted an emerald-colored wolf devouring the sun. Eve's thoughts, for lack of other options, I went inside. Eve's thoughts, the street light barely illuminated the cluttered room. Eve's thoughts, the far wall next to the massive wardrobe was destroyed. Eve's thoughts, a mysterious passage led to the unknown. Eve's thoughts, I pulled out my shotgun, reloaded it, and stepped into the darkness. Eve's thoughts, stands with unlit candles, woven rug, copper goblet on the counter. A tiny room was equipped for an altar. Eve's thoughts, the walls in the corner of the room are draped with dusty burgundy velvet. Eve, what the fuck was they doing here? Summoned the devil? Eve's thoughts, a powerful axe with a sharpened blade hung on the wall to the right in special loops. Eve's thoughts, I approached the weapon. Notifications, you have found an axe. Eve's thoughts, a small painting in the center of the altar caught my attention. Eve's thoughts, I know this deity. Looks like Baphomet, the symbol of Satanism during the European Inquisition. Eve's thoughts, the picture attracted me in an inexplicable way. I touched the image of the deity, benevolent warmth spread under my fingers. Eve's thoughts, siren. Eve's thoughts, sounds of sirens again. Eve's thoughts, I walked out of the antique shop and looked around. Eve's thoughts, the world has altered, again. Like it was at Midwich School. Eve's thoughts, some car was hanged over an abyss under an iron grate. Eve's thoughts, looking closely, I found that the car was hanging within the web. Eve's thoughts, a mysterious symbol was painted on the wall in white paint. I had already saw it earlier somewhere. Eve's thoughts, a triangle inscribed in a circle. Eve's thoughts, what does it mean? There is some secret here. Eve's thoughts, I moved further down the street, not recognizing the facades of the buildings. Eve's thoughts, at one point, only giant fans were left ahead on either side of the narrow road. Eve's thoughts, a multi-layered scream rang out from Eve's thoughts. Hordes of monsters were approaching me. Eve's thoughts, I rushed forward. Eve's thoughts, at some point, the hospital gates flashed in front of me. Eve's thoughts, no lock. Eve's thoughts, overjoyed, I pulled the gate and found myself inside. Eve's thoughts, in the courtyard, there was a gigantic machine pumping something underground. Eve's thoughts, I was horrified to see fresh drops of blood dripping from the joints of the rusty pipes. Eve's thoughts, blood. Eve's thoughts, blood everywhere. Eve's thoughts, my mind has grown dim. Eve closed her eyes and fell to the ground. Eve's thoughts, I barely managed to open my eyes. Eve's thoughts, looks like I'm still alive. The girl got to her feet. Eve's thoughts, I was in the courtyard of the Alchemilla Hospital. Eve's thoughts, the wrought iron gates were still closed, but I found myself inside in an incomprehensible way, fleeing from the monsters in a nightmarish reality. Eve's thoughts, miracles happen. Eve's thoughts, I pulled the hospital door open and went inside. Eve's thoughts, there was a ringing silence in the reception. Eve's thoughts, the malachite tiles were covered with a thick layer of dust. Eve's thoughts, the building seems to be abandoned. Like everything in this town. Eve's thoughts, I went closer to the reception and wanted to look at the map, when I suddenly heard a voice from around the corner. Head nurse, don't worry, everything will be all right. You just have to take a few injections and your well-being will immediately improve. Head nurse, no, Dr. Anderson is absent, but we have many other first-class specialists. Eve's thoughts, a normal human being. Eve's thoughts, finally. Eve's thoughts, I turned around the corner and stopped dead. Eve's thoughts, the nurse stood with her back to me and held an invisible phone in her hand. Eve's thoughts, there was no phone in her place. Eve's thoughts, a giant swelling pulsed on the nurse's back. Eve clapped her hands over her mouth in horror. Eve's thoughts, the woman turned around. Eve's thoughts, her face was covered in blood. Eve's thoughts, a huge spider crawled unhindered along the woman's left leg. Eve's thoughts, they both noticed me. Head nurse, a new patient. Head nurse, you missed your morning medical procedures. The nurse clenched dagger in her hand and lunged at Eve. HP, 33, 1. Self-voicing disabled.
Patient.
Self-voicing enabled. Eve's thoughts, now they both are dead. Eve's thoughts, I came to my senses. Eve's thoughts, something lies next to the woman's corpse. Notifications, you have found 3 health drinks. Eve's thoughts, I went back to the reception desk and listened intently to the silence of hospital for a while. Eve's thoughts, it seems the nurse was the only threat. Eve's thoughts, taking the map of the first floor in my hands, I marked the available and inaccessible rooms. Eve's thoughts, the building is designed in the shape of the Russian letter. Eve's thoughts, both wings must be carefully examined. Check the map. Check the map. Go to Eve's thoughts, the unknown creature was lying on the Eve's thoughts, most of all, Eve's thoughts, the window in the exam room was broken. The monster probably flew in from the street. Eve's thoughts, looks like it's dead. Eve's thoughts, on the table lay an old newspaper. Eve's thoughts, breaking news. Eve's thoughts, a horrible fire broke out the day before in the Cedar Grove Sanitarium. According to eyewitnesses, the fire started in the middle of the night in the left wing and quickly spread to the entire building. Eve's thoughts, it was found out that several mentally ill patients escaped from the sanitarium. The police are looking for them now. Eve's thoughts, the terrible state of the building of the medical institution makes it possible to speak with confidence about the impossibility of restoring the work of the sanitarium in the next few years, at least. Eve's thoughts, I put down the newspaper. Eve's thoughts, there was a black. Eve's thoughts, the code lock says Lane. Eve's thoughts, briefcase was locked. Go to Eve's thoughts, the room. Go to office. Go to Eve's thoughts, there was Eve's thoughts, it's just a disgrace. After what you did last week, I made the decision to lock the kitchen. The password is available only to individuals who use medical alcohol exclusively for working purposes. Eve's thoughts, hey, the director was clearly furious. Move to the right. Go to elevator. Eve's thoughts, I went to the elevator and Eve's thoughts, no reaction. Eve's thoughts, must look for a generator room. Go. Eve's thoughts, a separate staircase led to the basement. Eve's thoughts, I found a sign generator room and pulled open the door. Eve's thoughts, the door is locked. Go to direct. Eve's thoughts, go to kitchen. Eve's thoughts, the entrance to the kitchen was, enter the access password and press enter. Eve's thoughts, nothing happens. Go to kitchen, go to doc. Eve's thoughts, I picked up the phone. Eve's thoughts, no beeps. There is no connection. Eve's thoughts, another hospital map lay on the tabletop. Eve's thoughts, wow, there are 3 floors here. I need to get into this damn elevator. Eve's thoughts, a memo fell out of the map. Eve's thoughts, after an emergency on the territory of the Cedar Grove Sanitarium, the surviving documents were delivered to the Alchemilla Hospital, including patient records, psychiatrists' records, test results, etc. Eve's thoughts, the assembled commission consisting of the director and 3 doctors examined the documents received for the possibility of recovery. A collective conclusion was made about the inexpediency of using documents that survived after the fire. Eve's thoughts, a unanimous decision was made to send the documents under investigation to the Public Records Archive for permanent storage. Trainee Morrison has been assigned in charge of materials delivering. Eve's thoughts, I pulled out the right side of the cabinet. Notifications, you have. Eve's thoughts, when I accidentally dropped the book 4th Degree Burns, Methods of Treatments, I noticed a small niche between the shelves. Notifications, you. Move to the left, go to Eve's thoughts, the conference room was occupied by a luxurious marble table. Eve's thoughts, a key lay on a polished tabletop. Eve's thoughts, I wonder what it is from. Notifications, you have found unknown key. Go to direct. Eve's thoughts, I decided to try the key. Eve's thoughts, with a pleasant click, it entered the keyhole. Eve's thoughts, I found myself inside the room and found a terrible mess. Eve's thoughts, cabinets were opened, documents were thrown to the floor, and pages in medical directories were torn out. Eve's thoughts, near the table, on the floor, in a bloody colored liquid lay shards of glass. Eve's thoughts, something was broken here, quite recently. The odd, tart aroma was still in the air. Eve's thoughts, someone was looking for something in this room. Eve's thoughts, there was an unnoticed office key in the garbage bin. Notifications, you have found an office key. Move to the, go to conference, go to director office. Go down, go to Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, but the key from the director's office fits perfectly. Eve's thoughts, on the table lay a tin box, such are used to store Montpensier candy. Eve's thoughts, I opened it and found a crooked note on a notebook sheet. Eve's thoughts, Megan, that jerk locked the kitchen. But I got the code from Johnny. As you are on duty, check the phone in the doctor's office. Kisses, Lucy. Eve's thoughts, P.S. Stop eating candy : Eve, interesting. Worth checking out. Go to Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, Eve's thoughts, on the table, skipping. Move to the, go to Eve's thoughts, go to conference, go to direct, go down, go to, go to, go. Eve's thoughts, obeying the instructions of the note, I began to study the telephone. Eve's thoughts, not finding anything suspicious, I noticed something at the bottom of device. Eve's thoughts, a small roll of paper fell out from the inside. Eve's thoughts, hey babe, your big daddy got the kitchen code. If you want to eat, just rearrange the letters on Dr. Kaufman's briefcase and get a new word. This idiot always drops it in the examination room. Go to exam room, go to off, go. Eve's thoughts, the code lock says lame.